daughter came to visit in July. We went to San Antonio, and you know what's in San Antonio? Fabrictopia. Do you know what happened? Yes, I came home with fabric. Let's have a look at what I purchased and the plans I have for each item that I purchased. I'm Sharon, welcome to my channel, a channel all about sewing. This was actually my second time at Fabrictopia. The first time I was there was right before all of the shutdowns. I actually have a fabric haul video. I'll link that above if you haven't seen that. I knew when things opened up again, the next time we had a chance to go to San Antonio, I wanted to stop at Fabrictopia. I did stop almost right after they opened. It was very quiet in there, and they did share with me all of the sales that were in the back room. Well, guess where I went? To the back room. In that back room, there were tables of fabric. They were $3 a yard and $4.50 a yard. And they had one section where the entire roll was $2. Now, you know, I went to that table that was $2 a roll. I just wanted to see what was available and if there was anything there I could use. I discovered most of the items were home decor, fabrics, but I found three. First up is this roll. I don't know how much is on there. I have no idea how to count when it's at a roll. $2 for the whole roll. It's almost like a linen look. It's definitely home decor fabric. I purchased it to make a couple pillows. I saw this really cute pillow when I was at a friend's house. She told me where she purchased it online. I looked it up online. I didn't want to spend that much money for it, even though it is so adorable and so unique. So I'm just going to make something similar myself. It's the beauty of sewing when you are inspired by something online and you can create it and make it your own. The next roll that I purchased for $2 is this one. There's a lot of fabric on here. We have one of those portable hot tubs on our patio in the backyard, and it's bright green. It just stands out so much. I've been wanting to make a cover for it, so this kind of blends in a little bit more. At $2 for the entire roll, I have plenty to experiment. I've never done anything like that before. Wish me luck. And I purchased one more roll of fabric for $2. As you can see, this piece was pulled apart from it. I didn't think too much of it while I was in the store. I just thought there's a lot of fabric here. I could use this to make test garments. And then when I got home, I realized that this is actually interfaced because I was thinking I was purchasing red fabric. Looks like I'm actually purchased this kind of pinky purpley stuff. It doesn't matter because I'm going to use it to test garments. One thing I like about Fabrictopia is you can find some really great bargains on their remnant table. This first piece was from the remnant table. This is a linen cotton blend. Aren't these colors absolutely beautiful? And my thought was to make another Celeste dress. The Itch to Stitch Celeste dress. I sewed one last year out of a rayon from Hawaii Fabric Mart that I absolutely love. And I haven't sewn another one yet. I think this would be beautiful in this dress. I'm also debating between possibly sewing this one, 9112 Vogue Marcy Tilton. I've sewn this one twice. I wear my linen version of this one a lot, and I'm thinking I might get a lot of wear out of this. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. Which one do you think I should sew? The Itch to Stitch Celeste dress or Marcy Tilton Vogue 9112? Also on the remnant table at $3 a yard were these two pieces of coordinating rayon challis. It's a crinkle rayon, which is not really my favorite to sew. I've been sewing a very long time and sometimes I still have trouble with it. If you have any techniques or tips for me on sewing crinkle fabric, leave it in the comments below. I like the two colors together. I think they coordinate very well. And it's such a trend right now with the color blocking and making a garment out of two colors. I have about 5 yards total here. There's a little bit less of the black than there is of the rust. And my thought is to sew Vogue 1803 because there's a seam that goes in the front and the back. So it'd be easy to do one side black, one side rust. And because the fabric is still fairly lightweight, it means I wouldn't be too warm wearing it as we go into the fall season. On the remnant table at $3 a yard, I picked up this knit. It is a tie-dye. I'm not positive of the fiber content. I would have to do a burn test to be 100% sure. It has good stretch, good recovery, and I'm going to sew myself another Glenelly dress. I love this pattern. I have sewn, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 tops and 1 dress to date. I find that the dress that I sewed, I'm wearing fairly often. So I'm going to sew another one for the rest of the summer season. I have more than enough fabric here to sew the dress. And I also have enough extra to sew a knit top for my daughter who really liked the tie-dye print also. That was it from the remnant table. So I went to the back room and looked at the $3 yard table and the $4.50 a yard table. The first one I chose from the $3 yard table It's just green and white mini check gingham. It's got a little bit of Lycra in it. And yes, you can tell it needs to be ironed. That's because I've washed and dried it already. I tend to do that with any fabric that I purchase that's new, that I know that I'm going to sew into a garment that I'm going to wear. This is the only one that I purchased that I didn't have an exact plan for. My thought was to make a summer dress out of it, a multi-tiered ruffled dress, and I'm not 100% sure. So this one's just going to go in my stash, and this one will speak to me at some point and tell me what it should be. Also in the $3 yard table, I purchased this. It's like a voile. It's got a little texture to it. I don't know what you would call it. There's a lot of it. And the reason I purchased a lot of it at $3 a yard, I think about 5 or 6 yards, is to sew this. I still haven't found the right fabric for this, and I still want to sew it just for the experience of sewing it. I keep looking at it going, should I waste my time sewing something that I probably won't wear? And yes, I should. Sometimes it's just fun to sew. But I found this fabric. I think it would work. Probably would have to line it. And if I were to wear it this season, I would need to start sewing this fairly soon. Oh, by the way, this is Vogue 1782, and this was was a knockoff of an Alexander McQueen design. I saved the most expensive piece for last. I spent a whopping $4.50 a yard for this one. I don't know what the fiber content is. It's fairly drapey, but it's also got a good weight to it. Does that make sense? It's a very, very small black and white check, and I'm having a little difficulty deciding exactly what I want to sew with this. It's rather heavy on my arm here. I can tell this is going to be really heavy. That's going to make a decision as to what I do sew with it. So I love this look. This is McCall 7692. I purchased this pattern when it first came out, and I haven't sewn it yet. I think the pants are really fun. They're wide leg with the ruffle and the one shoulder top. I think it could be cute out of this. One of the fabric recommendations is the linen blend. This could very well be a linen blend, and it would look like a faux jumpsuit. I'm all about the faux jumpsuit because I don't wear jumpsuits. Another pattern that I thought about when I purchased the fabric was this duster from Sandra Betzina, Vogue 1756. And as I'm standing here with this on my arm, I think I'm not going to do this one. This is really heavy, and this takes 4 or 5 yards, and I think I have 5 yards here. I don't want to wear 5 yards on me that feels this heavy. I don't know. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. Which one do you think I should sew? Or maybe you've got a better idea for me. And that was my fabric haul from Fabrictopia in San Antonio. As you can tell, I am much better at collecting fabric than I am getting it sewn. So I got to get cracking and get some sewing done. How about you? Have you been buying any fabric lately that you just haven't had time to sew? Leave it in the comments below so I know I'm not the only one that does that. I'm going to go to the cutting table and start cutting out some of these so that I can get sewing. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video. Happy sewing.